Hello and welcome back to the Untitled Project podcast.
Untitled Project.
Yeah, once again, I'm Mark, and
I'm Brian.
yeah, he's here. I don't know why he's whispering, but that's happening.
I get the music.
He's getting the music.
I'm grooving the music, baby.
Okay. So, what we wanted to talk about more or less in this is things that we're going to be doing in the future for our podcast.
Future.
Okay, if you guys could see him right now, he's pretending to rock out with the rock hand.
Whip. Do my nay-nay.
And now he's whipping and nay-naying.
I'm doing it completely wrong, too. I have no idea how to do that.
That sounds about right. So we're going to talk about the future of the podcast and like what we want to do with it, because the first one was kind of a little everywhere.
It's a crapshoot. You know, we threw everything together and said, hey, let's just try it out.
Yeah, and that basically was our idea anyways for this whole thing. But for the future, we're probably going to do a lot of entertainment heavy, a lot of media heavy for the podcast.
Movies, celebrities, anything really mainstream pop culture, you know, a lot of in-your-face stuff.
Yeah.
We like to touch on that mostly.
Yeah. TV talks, like we're going to have Survivor recaps.
Survivor!
And Brian's going to have a Big Brother talk.
Big Brother, yeah, there's like 2 weeks left, but the American one's starting soon.
So he's going
The American one's starting soon.
He's going to keep everyone recapped on the Big Brother scene.
I'll keep you in the loop. I'm the hookup for the Big Brother Connects.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then one of the bigger segments that we want to introduce is we're going to do a throwback segment.
Ooh, I'm excited for a throwback.
Where we
Why
basically
am I rubbing my belly,
review or...
I'm rubbing my belly. I'm like, I'm excited for throwback. And I start rubbing my belly.
So basically, it's going to be something like we're going to go through like an 80s movie or a 90s movie or TV show or something like that.
Something we seen when we were younger.
Yeah,
or wanted to see when we were young, but our parents wouldn't let us because it was too scary.
Yeah, and we're basically going to like review it and talk about it, and we just thought it would be a fun segment to throw in. But and then we're also going to put we're just going to put a little bit of sports in the end, just because we do talk sports.
I likes my sports.
So we will talk about that as well, but mostly going to be entertainment heavy, like news and things like that too. This is going to be more weekly, so we're going to do this once a week. Usually going to be released on a Wednesday, hopefully every week.
If all goes well, yeah. You never know. You might get the surprise extra episode. Maybe we'll throw a special in every once in a while.
If they can handle us talk this much.
Oh, they can handle it.
Yeah.
They can handle it.
So anyways, what we're going to be talking about in this episode, I don't know why you're still dancing.
Because I keep hearing the tunes, man. I'm grooving it.
What we're going to talk about in this episode is things that we want to watch and we haven't still seen, but we know is out.
Now, this list was very hard to compile because there's a lot of things I wanted to see.
Yeah, this is just a little bit of stuff, and we're probably not going to hit on everything that we want to talk about. But,
unless we wanted this episode to be like 5 hours long.
Yeah, exactly.
We only picked a select few that we think maybe are in everybody's spectrum of movies they've wanted to see.
Yeah, and TV, things like that.
And TV.
So, and then we're also going to do our TV talk. So we're going to have a Survivor recap, like we said, and we're also going to let Brian talk about Big Brother.
And you're going to chat about leftovers.
Yeah, we're going to bring over in some leftovers talk. I don't know if there's any leftovers fans out there, but
I think there's a lot.
We're going to talk about that a little bit, and maybe how we were just throwing the season, like really not told when it was coming out. So.
Surprise! Final season.
Yeah, and then we're just going to do a briefly Jay's recap, just about a little bit of time.
It is going to be brief.
Very brief.
Very brief, because that's how their season's going to be, I think.
But just so you know what we're going to be touching on, if you don't want to listen to the whole thing entirely. So,
but if you got people who are interested in some things we are talking about, you can mention us to them. Mm-hmm. Just let them know that, if there's like hearing what other people think about situations such as movies and sports and stuff like that.
Yeah, and please feel free. We have a YouTube, we have a Facebook, we have a Twitter, we have a SoundCloud, we're on iTunes. Yep. So everything, if you want to leave us comments, questions, things that you want us to bring up.
Topics, yeah. If there's any movies, TV shows that you guys have watched and want us to kind of dig into it to find out things about it and you want us to talk about, by all means, we're game for anything.
Yeah, and especially for a segment now, if you want us to review anything older, or talk about anything older, like any older movies you want us to talk about.
Older
or
TV shows.
TV shows.
I'm just going to say this. I was a huge fan of anything like old action flicks with Chuck Norris and Jean-Claude Van Damme and Dolph
I'm more
Lundgren.
of a John Hughes fan.
I know you're a John Hughes fan.
So, you know, a lot of Breakfast Club.
Any
we're gonna be
teeny
talking
bopper
about,
show movie,
like
you're all about it.
I was all about those teen movies from the 80s. So let's get into it anyways. But yeah, please remember to like, comment, subscribe on our YouTube channel. You know, if you do like it, just give us a like. You know, let us know what we're doing well. Leave us a comment what we're doing wrong. Tell us if we're idiots.
Tell us what we're doing wrong.
But yeah, follow us on Twitter and everything like that as well. So now we got the plugs out of the way. I will remind at the end. But right now, this is good.
Just remember, he will. I'm still your friend, okay?
No, he's not.
I'm the one who's just here for you.
He's playing the devil's advocate. So let's get right into it. Things that we were wanting to watch and we haven't. Because we were probably a little lazy and, you know, we haven't, actually went and watched the stuff. But first off, I know, Brian, you want to talk a little bit about Split.
Okay. Everybody I know has been wanting me to see this movie. I wanted to see when it came out in theaters. I look at it. I really like James McAvoy. And honestly, I didn't know it was an M. Night Shyamalan movie.
Oh, I did.
I didn't. I just saw the movie James McAvoy and I saw he was playing multiple characters. I'm just like, I don't know. That could be overdone. In my mind, I'm thinking he's going to overdo a few of these characters. Like maybe like a crazy person, just like go real crazy and make it bad.
Yeah.
But then I started digging more into it and I started reading about what it was all about. And reading the reviews from what a lot of people have said about it, and it's like a solid. It's like a 10 out of 10, a home run.
Well,
Everyone's
I had
talking
no
about
idea that it had anything to do with Unbreakable.
Right.
And to be honest, I didn't know M. Night Shyamalan.
Spoiler alert. If anybody.
Spoiler. Well, not really a spoiler because we haven't even seen it ourselves.
Yeah, it's out there, but you never know.
I didn't know it was that. I didn't even know he did Unbreakable.
You didn't know he did Unbreakable?
I didn't know he did Unbreakable,
no.
So that I found that out.
Man, I love that movie.
But I've wanted to see it since I've seen the first trailer.
Yeah.
I just haven't. I'm gonna lie. I watched a little bit of it, but I didn't concentrate on it like I did. I was cheated. Maybe the first 20 minutes.
I intend to see it this week. I'm gonna watch it this week.
I'll watch it this week.
I know I will.
Yeah.
Now, the cool thing about this, though, is another spoiler. I'm sure everyone's read it on the internet or whatever.
It's all over. Yeah.
They've tied Split into Unbreakable at the end.
Yeah.
So I've seen a quick little clip. It's like just everything's going on at a cafe or something like that. Mm-hmm. And then everybody moves away and you see Bruce Willis sitting there. And he's wearing the gear from what he was wearing in Unbreakable. Mm-hmm. And everyone's like, oh my God, that's him, right?
Yeah, and the doctors are the same.
The doctors are the same.
It's the same universe as Unbreakable. Yeah.
So the way I'm seeing this is now Split is officially getting a sequel.
Yeah.
Unbreakable is getting a sequel.
Yep.
And Samuel L. Jackson's character, Mr. Glass, which was the arch nemesis of the Unbreakable's character, he's getting his own movie too. So kind of like a little origin story to show how he became what he was.
Yeah.
Which eventually drew out the hero in Bruce Willis's character in Unbreakable.
Yeah. Now, I haven't watched Split yet, but it seems like they're going a little too far. Maybe let's say start at the beginning and just release a sequel, but. Don't plan it all like that.
You have to admit, much. You have to admit, M. Night Shyamalan, he's all about his twists.
Yeah, I actually don't like any of his movies.
What?
Except for Unbreakable.
We can't be friends anymore.
I will not.
I'm sorry.
Not a fan.
That's the end of today. See you later, guys.
Yeah.
You didn't like M. Night? Okay.
No.
I'll give you this. A lot of his movies has been a little wishy-washy. I'm sorry, but The Happening was just one of the weirdest movies I've ever seen.
That was a terrible movie.
But Lady in the Water is one of my favorite movies.
Terrible movie.
I love Paul Giamatti.
I like Paul Giamatti too, but that was not a good movie.
It was a good movie. Don't be a hater. It was a good movie. It's just because you hate M. Night Shyamalan.
No, it's
Signs was a good movie.
I'm not a fan of Signs.
Signs was a good movie.
Not a fan.
And then what? You gotta think about The Village. We can kind of forget about The Village.
No, let's not talk about that.
And what was that other movie that he just came out with a few years ago? The Others, I think it was, where the grandparents.
Oh, is that what?
That was him. Yeah.
Nicole Kidman?
No, that was The Hours. That was her. I think. There's one that came out about a year ago where a family goes to the grandparents' house and they end up the grandparents are all crazy and all this stuff. They try to kill them. Turns out they were actually escaped from a mental institution.
I don't know.
And killed the actual grandparents. And since they haven't seen them in years, they didn't remember what they looked like. And that was the twist.
Okay.
But for M. Night Shyamalan twist, this was actually one of the better ones. He's never made a twist where he's actually tied a few of his movies in together like that.
Yeah.
So I'm actually really impressed with him to do it in such a massive time frame in between too.
Yeah,
there's a huge gap from Unbreakable to this.
A huge gap. Actually, just talking about this and you describing for some reason I thought of the one movie that came out that Netflix brought out, The Discovery with Jason.
I saw it the other day. I almost watched it, but I never did. I didn't have time.
I watched it. It's got terrible
Did you
reviews.
watch it?
Yeah, I watched it. It has terrible reviews on Netflix. People didn't like it. I actually thought it was good. I really enjoyed that movie.
Is it Emily Blunt that's in that too, or what did you drop? You dropped the mouse?
Let's not talk about what I dropped.
Mark's breaking everything around here, guys.
No, it's not Emily Blunt.
If you hear me tapping on the microphone 3 times, it means he's throwing stuff at me and I need help.
It's not Emily Blunt, though. It's the blonde...
Oh, Rooney Mara, right?
Yeah,
Rooney Mara from The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo.
Yeah, and Robert Redford.
Robert Redford.
Yeah.
He's the man. I love Robert Redford.
He's good in it.
I want him to read me bedtime stories. I do. I just love his voice.
I enjoyed the movie. It was... I wanted to see it as soon as I saw the first trailer.
What's it about? What's the premise of it?
It's that basically, I can't give it away because literally,
loosely. Give me interested in it.
They find that there's more to an afterlife, pretty much.
More.
Well,
there is an afterlife. So they've found out that there is an afterlife.
Yeah. So people are committing suicide.
Oh. So what? People are trying to stop them from committing suicide just to get to the afterlife, or
no. Basically, everyone is. I can't really explain it. Fair enough. It's one of those you have to watch kind of.
So nonetheless, they found out there's an afterlife, and people are killing themselves to get to that point.
Yeah, people are killing themselves to get to the next life.
That's interesting.
Yeah. So I thought it was good, but I know a lot of people are gonna probably not like that kind of movie. But
hey, you never know. It's something different, right?
It was. Yeah. Especially for. Jason
Segel.
Yeah.
He's been a career comedian actor, right?
Well,
that's all he does.
He's done a couple of drama.
Can you remember them though?
There wasn't that one when he was he moved back to a city or something like that.
You can't even remember the name of the movie.
I don't remember.
That's how much of a comedic actor he is. You remember all the funny stuff he's done. You remember all the dramatic things he's done.
Yeah, but
you're right. This is definitely off his chart a little bit.
Yeah, we didn't have this planned, by the way. I just thought of it when we were talking about the other stuff. But Split's definitely one we want. We haven't seen. We've been lazy. Haven't watched it.
And this is one you want to see here, though.
I want to see Manchester by the Sea.
I want to see it too. I've always been a fan of it. I love Casey Affleck.
Yeah, I don't think he's a very. I like him better than Ben Affleck. That's for sure.
Hey, don't hate the Batfleck.
He's better than the Affleck brothers. So I definitely. What put me off of Casey Affleck was that This Is Us or whatever it's called.
Yeah, the Joaquin Phoenix rap.
Yeah, that was a terrible experiment.
The thing that got me liking him was Gone Baby Gone. Okay. That was one of my again because I like Ben Affleck as a director and a writer.
He's terrible.
And that was one of the first movies he did was Gone Baby Gone. Then he moved on to The Town, then Argo, and whatever. And he cast his brother because that's what every brother, whatever cousin do does in Hollywood. And I thought it was fantastic.
Funny story about that though, with the casting of your family and everything. I watched another thing I watched on Netflix. That Sandy Wexler Adam Sandler movie.
Which one?
Sandy Wexler.
Oh, where he's the agent or something like that?
So I'm watching it and there was 2 kids and I'm like, are those his kids?
He actually put his kids into it?
His wife's in all of his movies too. So apparently, I looked it up. His wife, his kids, and his nephew are in all of his movies.
Talk about quadruple dipping into the
That's what
Hollywood
I said. I'm like,
pool there.
Geez, can I be a relative of Adam
adopt
Sandler?
me. I'll act in your friggin' movies.
So, anyways, Manchester by the Sea, though. Let's get back on that topic.
Sure,
it looks great. I think it looks really good.
I love those coming to age stories like that.
Yeah.
Right, the hard that movie like that really hits in the feels. You know?
Yeah. For you, it was your stomach because you just shook that.
I was rubbing it.
Yeah.
I'm hungry. Okay. I'm getting hangry. I need something to eat.
But it looks really emotional, the movie, and it looks really good.
Yeah.
Of course, it did win for Best Actor.
2 Oscars in total.
And then was it
Best
for
screenplay?
Yeah.
The guy. Let me get the guy's name here for you.
And everyone at Amazon was so proud of this because it was their first film.
It was the first. Now, Amazon's had success already with that Bosch TV show. It got Emmy nominated and stuff.
It wasn't their first film, sorry. It was their first film that got nominated for an Oscar.
This was their breakout. Company. Yeah, this was their breakout movie.
Yeah, for a streaming company like Amazon or Netflix, this was the movie that broke those barriers. So
Kenneth Lonergan.
Yeah, he was the director and the writer.
Lonergan. Sorry, yeah. Kenneth Lonergan.
But can you picture, it's like seeing like the trailers and everything, can you picture Matt Damon in that role? Because he was originally supposed to be the Casey Affleck role.
And he chose to give up that role for
the
a
Great
beautiful
Wall.
movie called The Great Wall.
Yeah.
I'm sorry if Matt Damon's listening, which I'm sure he's
not.
not.
I'm sure he is, yeah. This is top of his list.
You clearly did that movie for the paycheck and not for the glory of it.
Now, maybe the script was good. It was just executed wrong, but
I want to know how high he was reading that script, because I'm sorry, there's no way that movie could have been good.
Didn't it lose? Like, it wasn't like one of the largest losing films?
Let's find out. I can find out the budget of it and find out how much it actually made.
I think it lost like $50 million.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Like, I think that's what that was a joke at the Oscars.
It may have lost 50 million fans too, actually. I'm sorry, dude.
Yeah.
The Great Wall.
I think it lost like over $50 million. All
right, let me see here. I can pull it up right now. Wikipedia's my friend. Actually, it beat its budget.
Oh.
But it didn't go by much. The total budget for the movie was $150 million US, and it made $332 million US.
But didn't they release it twice? They released it like in December, then they released it in January?
It had a Beijing and China release. Beijing was in December 6, 2016, and China was December 15th, 2016. And then it got released in the United States pretty much United States and Canada on February 17th,
That's
2017. So there's almost a
usually
two-month gap.
Like, doesn't North America get the films usually before? Like,
depending, large movies, a lot of large movies, even Guardians of the Galaxies and Avengers, they usually get released over in Europe first. Make 200-300 million, and then that weekend we get it over here.
Another movie I want to see, Guardians of the Galaxy 2, that came out.
I thought you were supposed to go see it.
I was supposed.
Yeah.
I was supposed to go. Things didn't work out. Okay, so moving on. Another Oscar-filled
the one that
movie.
I wanted to see.
I wanted to see it. I still want to see it. I still haven't seen it. Moonlight, which is the actual winner of Best Picture.
Are you sure it wasn't just Emma Stone winning Best Picture as well?
Yeah.
Because that was on the card, and that's why Warren Beatty looked like he
didn't know what he was talking. Yeah.
He looked like he had a hairdryer blowing in his face because he didn't know what to do.
No, he knew it was wrong, and then she announced it.
Yeah.
So,
and you know that they fought before that, right?
Yeah.
They had a fight because
she wanted to read it.
Yeah, and he ended up winning the bet. And when he got out there, he was looking at it and he was like, wait a minute, this is wrong. And he knew she was going to jump in, so he let her dive on that grenade.
Exactly.
And let her take all the heat for it.
That's smart.
For sure.
Yeah, but that looks like a really good movie. I'm a fan of, how do you say his name?
Mahershala Ali.
There you go. That's him. I'm a fan of him from
House of Cards. So. He was also in Hunger Games, too.
I only seen the first Hunger Games.
He was in the last two.
Yeah.
He played one of the military leaders that helped him get to Capital City. But I like Mahershala Ali. He's been around the block for a while. He's always been little bits here and there. He really broke through in House of Cards as, what's his name, Remy?
Yeah, Remy.
In that show?
Yep.
He did really good in that, and then he got the part for this, and he's killed it everywhere. He's won everything you could think of.
Yeah, he's won for Best Supporting for twice. It was a Screen Actor Guild Award.
Yeah, I think he won the SAG Award. He won the Golden Globe for it. He won the Choice Award. He won the
Oscar for it.
He won the Oscar for it. He won everything for it. So, it was a clean sweep.
Yeah, that's definitely high on the list of movies to watch.
Yeah,
that we
now that movie,
watched.
you know what that movie's about?
Yes.
It's about a gay black man growing up in pretty much the streets of Harlem, and him having to live his life. I don't know how it exactly worked. I don't know if he was in the closet about it or if he was out about it, and it showed him kind of getting bullied being gay, or if maybe he was trying to hide it and him trying to live.
I think he was out.
I wasn't sure. I'm not sure.
That's again. Don't hate on us. That's why we have to watch it.
I'm gonna watch it. Yeah.
We still haven't watched it.
But that sounds like a beautiful story to see how somebody's life would grow coming up like that, and to have an actor like Mahershala Ali portray somebody like that. Yeah. It'd be amazing. That's why I want to see it so bad.
Yeah. That's high on the list. So far we got Split, Manchester by the Sea, Moonlight.
Yeah.
And for people that want to go out there, I talked about the Discovery a little bit. I don't want to give a lot away because the story is very complex, so I didn't want to give a lot away on that.
It's a little touchy subject too, but.
Well, yeah, it's once you tell one thing, like when you start watching it, it unravels for you, like everything. So I didn't want to give anything away.
You don't want to spill the beans in one shot.
Like I just say, watch the trailer, watch both trailers. There's the first and the second one. you'll kind of get a gist of everything, but still there's a lot in that you don't get.
Yeah.
So,
and if you just generally feel like you want to see somebody out of their element, like Jason Segel,
yeah,
not do something funny for once,
yeah,
right? Like the one time that was when I first watched, is it Punch Drunk Love with Adam Sandler?
Yeah,
One of the first serious movies ever did. I wasn't a big fan of it, but then he did Spanglish, and I actually really like Spanglish.
Spanglish is such an underrated movie.
Yeah, it was very good.
There's a lot of Adam Sandler movies. I'm a big Adam Sandler fan, and I watch his bad movies and his good movies, and I want to say there is 90% bad movies out there for him. Some of the great movies I've seen with him, though, are so underrated. Or like that movie, Spanglish.
Yeah, I really liked it.
Click.
I thought it was great. Click was... I cried at Click.
I cried at Click.
Yeah.
I get judged on this because I cried at Click.
Man, don't feel bad, man. I'm with you on this boat.
That was such a good movie.
It was.
I love that movie.
Christopher Walken was in Click.
Yeah. And actually, in the Discovery too, another serious person that's actually, I think he's a pretty good actor too. He was the kid from Breaking Bad, the redhead. His name's Jesse Plemons.
Oh, Jesse Plemons.
Yeah.
His career is like, it's weird. He's being considered for a lot of really serious roles and never really getting them.
He's getting a lot of more independent roles. Like he was in Black Mass. With,
was he?
Johnny Depp.
That's right. He was the guy who ratted him out. Yeah. Right.
He was his like number 2. Yeah. Like he was his everyday guy.
Jesse Plemons was actually, if I'm not mistaken, was considered to be the main lead in the Star Wars Force Awakens.
Oh.
He was going to be Finn, whatever, what's his name? The guy was playing Finn, I forget his name.
I don't know the English
Jason
guy.
Boyega, I think his name is, something like that. Or
your guess is better than mine.
I'm probably wrong.
Star Wars
I'm going to hate. Okay, I like the Star Wars characters. I'm not big on the actors. I know them yet. They're all new, right? But that guy, Jesse Plemons, and him were down to the wire for who's going to get it, and the other guy beat him out.
Yeah.
So he seems to be getting there, but he can't ever punch the ticket.
I like him. He was good in this movie. I think he was good in Black Mass. I love that movie. Everyone hated that movie. I've been
wanting to see that movie for so long.
So many people hate that movie.
The second I saw it, in the first trailer I saw, when they're at the dinner table, and Johnny Depp starts talking about giving away the trade secrets for their family recipe. And he's like, look, I just asked you for one trade secret, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, where I come from, giving away information like that will get you 10 years to life.
Yeah.
Where I come from, that'll get you shot. Like, I'm thinking, Johnny Depp's career is getting revived with this role.
I thought so too. I thought he was amazing in it.
I love Johnny Depp.
Everyone hates on Johnny Depp movies nowadays.
Everybody hates on Johnny Depp because all they see is Captain Jack Sparrow. They don't see anything else but Captain Jack Sparrow.
The new movie looks pretty good though.
Okay,
I'm not
really
a Pirates of the Caribbean fan, but it looks super good.
I am. I'm a huge Pirates. I'm a nerd. I love the Pirates movies.
I want to go back and rewatch them.
You should.
Rewatch. I obviously I've seen the first and the second one, but I haven't seen much after that. So.
Well, there's only one more after that.
There's only one after that?
No, there's two more. There's two more.
Yeah, I thought
the fourth one, you honestly don't waste your time. The fourth one was so bad.
Yeah.
I hate it. It had nothing to do with any of the other characters. It's just like, here's Captain Jack Sparrow, and here's a whole new pirate world we're going to throw you in. And because you're Captain Jack Sparrow, it's going to be fun.
I'll be honest. What threw me off of those movies, though, was Orlando Bloom. I'm not an Orlando Bloom fan. I don't think he's good.
I get that. I can see that.
So I just don't like him. I also, every time I relate to Orlando Bloom, I think of Lord of the Rings, and
Legolas.
I'm not a Lord of the Rings fan.
What?
So
no.
Yeah.
Oh, I love Lord of the Rings.
No.
I read all the books. And
no.
You don't like Lord of the Rings?
No.
Oh man.
No.
That hurts whatever piece of my heart is left.
It's not for me.
Yeah, well.
Everyone can't love everything.
No. Well, you can try. You hate her. You hate not everything over here.
Yeah.
All right, what's next?
So we gotten way off topic anyways, but like I said, the movies we want to watch so far: Split, Manchester by the Sea, Moonlight. Watch Discovery, even if you want to give it a chance. Another great, good movie that was out, a year ago or two, Black Mass that we were talking about.
Yep.
Go watch that one. Brian, you need to watch it. Now, TV kind of shows. This is more of a streaming TV show that came out, American Gods. We both haven't watched it yet. We both really want to watch it.
Get some info on that here.
It's got so many people in that movie, and TV show. So many people are in it.
It's based off a book.
Yes.
Okay. So the book came out. I don't know how long ago the book came out, but just to list a few here of who's in it. Emily Browning's in it. She was in Sucker Punch. She was in... Oh, what other else thing? She was...
Lemony Snicket's Series of Unfortunate Events.
Yeah. She's... Sucker Punch, Lemony Snicket's.
She wasn't in that much after that.
We also have another fan favorite here that has been in the very popular Orange is the New Black.
Yeah.
Pablo Schreiber.
Schreiber. Which, surprisingly...
You know who his brother is?
Yeah.
Liev Schreiber.
Yeah.
Wolverine, the Ray Donovan guy.
Yeah, or as I like to call him, Cotton Weary from Scream.
Cotton
That's
Weary.
how I always relate to him. But I had no idea that was his actual brother. Well, it's his half-brother, but still it's his brother.
So he played Porn Stash for people who are familiarized with Orange is the New Black.
Let's not forget Crispin Glover is in American Gods.
I hate the fact that Crispin Glover didn't have a big career. I love Crispin Glover.
He kind of sealed. He nailed his coffin shut with that because of the whole Back to the Future thing.
What Back to the Future thing?
He demanded so much money off of Back to the Future. That's why he wasn't in the second movie.
Oh, really?
So he was all about money hungry, and he just stopped getting things. And then I think he's a little crazy.
You think?
Yeah.
I really liked him in Charlie's Angels. I don't care. When he played that weird smoking guy.
Cloris Leachman's in this.
Speaking
of Spanglish, she was in Spanglish.
Yeah, she was in Spanglish.
Yeah.
Ian McShane.
Gillian Anderson.
Right, there's two people who don't need any introduction. Gillian Anderson and Ian McShane, right?
Yeah.
You know it's going to be good if Ian McShane and Gillian Anderson are in it.
Yeah. Anyway, there's a lot of people in this.
There's one person we can't leave out. He's a big fan favorite with a lot of people, Peter Stormare. Right?
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, if anybody knows who Peter Stormare is, he looks exactly like the singer of Rammstein.
Or watch old Call of Duty commercials.
Yep.
He's in, I think it was Black Ops. Yeah, Black Ops.
He was the devil in the Constantine movie with Keanu Reeves.
Yeah.
He's been in everything, and Peter Stormare is just fun to be around.
Orlando Jones is in this movie.
Orlando Jones,
this
like
TV show.
Mad TV Orlando Jones? What? I thought he just did voice acting from now on.
No, he's in this. And you have one episode, of course, with Dane Cook.
Dane Cook.
Everyone's favorite. I'm a Dane Cook fan.
I like Dane Cook, too. People hate on him, but I think they're just jealous of the fact that, he made a career of making people laugh.
Yeah. People hate him. Well, they said he stole jokes, but I don't think he stole jokes. I think that's a dumb assumption.
What's original nowadays, right?
Oh, it's true.
It's so hard.
Same with music, right? Everyone's suing each other for what sounds like what.
Oh, man. Was it Tom Petty sued Sam Smith?
Yeah, and he won that.
And he did, yeah. So now Sam Smith, I think, won a Grammy for that song. So now Tom Petty shares a Grammy award with him, and they have to split all the royalties for it. Just because song, if you sped it up half a step, it's got the same beat as one of Tom Petty's songs.
Yeah. Now, the only one I agree with is the whole Robin Thicke.
Oh, yeah. What was that one all about?
It was the Marvin Gaye song. That's a total ripoff, but he should have had permissions to do that one.
No, okay. American Gods.
American Gods. It looks fantastic, I think. So,
from what I gathered, a quick premise of the story is there's a bunch of these old gods living on the earth, and they've just been kind of laying dormant for doing whatever they got to do. Now, there's a whole new series of gods coming around that people are idolizing. People are manifesting because they believe in certain things. So these new gods are coming out. So the old gods find this guy who I think he just recently got released out of prison or something like that. And he's got some way to either connect with the new gods or be able to fight the new gods or something like that. And they're basically using this guy as a weapon to fight the new gods from the old gods. So they're all trying to help him out or just use him as a tool against these other gods. And like from what I've seen of the trailers of it, there's blood, there's guts, there's gore. It looks like it's going to be like an over-the-top show, and I'm actually really, really excited to see how it works out.
Yeah, I know Dane Cook's only in one episode. I follow him on like social media.
Yeah.
So he's even like super excited about the show, and he's only in one episode. He just talks about how great the show is.
That tells you something.
So I know he was like that. Even him, he was trying to pump people up about that show because how he thinks it turned out. So like I'm excited. I want to watch. I think there's like 2 episodes up right now.
I think there's 2. I know for sure the first one's already out there on.
Yeah, I think the last one came out last Monday. So
and
then another one comes out this Monday.
It's an Amazon produced show. So if you have Amazon Prime, you can get hooked up with it. Or if not, I'm sure you people out there in the internet will be able to download it somewhere.
We don't condone downloading.
We do not condone downloading.
Don't steal.
Do it. Don't do it.
That's a good one. We also have more TV talk to. Those are just things that we want to watch, we want to get into, and we just haven't yet.
If anybody has seen any of these, comment on it. Tell us about
definitely.
it.
Let us know.
Tell us if you thought it was crap, or if you thought it was good, or parts of it you thought were good or bad. Let us know.
Yeah.
And if there's anything coming out that you wanted to see, let us know, and we can talk about what we think about it as well.
Share your opinions. Let us know about everything.
Yep.
But a little more TV talk. This is stuff that we actually have seen. Let's start off with Survivor this week.
I'm trying to do the Survivor. Yeah, you do it much better than I do. Oh my god.
You gotta do that. So let's talk a little bit about Survivor. Go ahead, Brian.
All right, so now they're merged.
Yeah.
All right, so we've got the merge going on. There was that group of the 6.
Yeah.
So that 6 was who was it? Culpepper, Debbie, Sierra, Ty, Troyzan, and Officer Sarah.
Yeah.
So when they went to that first tribal council, I believe
we talked about this. This is the one that Deb went home with.
Yeah, but that was when Troyzan had the immunity. No, was it Troyzan?
Yeah, he had the immunity.
No, the one when Deb went home on was when Andrea had the immunity, and they got Sarah to flip, and then Deb went home.
No, that was Troyzan.
I don't think so.
Yeah,
because Troyzan went home when Troyzan had.
He had the immunity on that one.
Okay.
And then they just thought they were gonna win, and that we talked about this, remember, because last time, and we talked about how Deb was stupid, and she played that wrong with a huge smirk on her face, and she thought she was gonna win it, and she won nothing.
Yeah, and she used her extra advantage on a vote that she already won and didn't need to use it.
Well, did you see this tribal council, the new episode that came out when Zeke, this is a spoiler, Zeke got voted out. But when he got voted out, she was flipping them off. Yeah, she was flipping them the bird because she wasn't happy.
Did you see who was it actually voted him out?
I don't remember, to be honest.
Okay, everyone knew the flip-flop was going to be Sarah, because Sarah was either going to stay with the 6 or go with the other group.
Yeah.
So Ty was up. Ty had a few nominations on him. Zeke had a few, and so did was it Sierra? There's 3 people, so there was no. There's obviously 3 groups now who are working against each other.
Yeah.
So was it Michaela?
I don't know.
The young black girl.
I can't remember. I'm going to be honest. I don't remember what happened.
It's Michaela. She was Zeke's buddy, and she's been Zeke's buddy the entire time.
Yeah, I know she was crying.
Yeah, because I don't think she actually thought the votes were going to go against Zeke. I thought she thought the votes were going to go against Ty, and she may have just given him that vote to kind of save face.
Yeah.
But when the final one came out and Jeff said Zeke was, she just broke down immediately. Mm-hmm. So she actually voted for her buddy to go out. Like, I don't know if that was a game move or whatever, but nonetheless, Zeke's gone. I didn't
think he was going to win.
I think he was going to win, but I didn't think he was going to go out this early in jury.
Yeah, I think Sierra's going to probably go far.
If she plays her cards right, because right now she's getting buddy-buddy with Sierra and...
See, that's who you're talking about.
No, sorry. She's getting buddy with Andrea and
she's becoming really good friends with herself.
Sierra's doing really good with Sierra.
She's having a lot of me time.
They're so close with each other. They're like BFFs. Oh my god.
But she's good with Culpepper and Sarah.
But that's the thing. Like, if the more she associates herself with Culpepper, and that's pushing her away from everybody. Because nobody likes Culpepper for some reason.
Because he's annoying.
He's fine. I know you don't like him because he's always like,
I'm doing this for my wife. My wife would do it this way. Okay.
You're going to
play the game like you're going to play the game. This is why you're there, because you played your game, not her.
You're hating the guy because he loves his wife.
No, because he's doting over it and talking about it on Survivor.
Let's face it. He's pissed that she went farther than he did on their season when they had the couples. So he just wants to go farther to prove her wrong. Like, I'm a better survivor than you. But now they got a new alliance. So it's Culpepper, Troyzan, and Zeke was in it. Culpepper, Troyzan, Zeke, and I think Ty were like a final 4 that they made. Now Zeke's gone. Culpepper's got to play some more cards now. So
it's a very flip-floppy season.
Yeah.
I think they're taking the whole game changers too far with themselves. They think they're really... I didn't think these guys... A lot of them weren't very big game changers, in my opinion.
A lot of them had... You remember them from their seasons.
A lot of them are recent seasons. Yeah. Like, how many were from last season? I think there was like 4?
4, at least, yeah.
From, just last season alone, so...
But Ty, though, Ty, everybody hates Ty.
I don't like Ty.
I like Ty. He's a cute little
No.
guy. He has 2 idols left still. And there's only, I think, like 7 people left.
How much do you want to bet, though, he's not going to play those because he's going to get blindsided?
That's the problem. He didn't play it last
He's
tribal
very
counter,
cocky.
and he almost got voted out.
He's very cocky.
But in the same sense, he's got... Why use it if you know you're not getting voted out? Or
But he
even if
doesn't
there's
know
a
that.
small chance.
He doesn't know.
Yeah. So
The way this Survivor's been has been very flip-floppy. No one knows when they're going home.
But he's
There's not
smart.
really
He's
a lot of
smart.
talk.
He's smart for taking the chances when he did, because now the numbers are going smaller, and he still has 2 left. So once it gets down to a final 5, he can lock himself into a really good spot.
Yeah.
If he makes it that far. I think
know.
Troy's
I hope
end
he
has an
doesn't.
idol too.
No, he doesn't.
Are you sure? I'm pretty sure he found one.
Oh, yes, he
Yeah.
does. Did he not use that, though?
I don't think he did.
Yeah, that was on the table.
Yeah.
At the one challenge.
Yeah, and he had he bent over, pretend like he was tired, and he grabbed it from the side.
Yeah,
or
see, I
whatever.
bet you they're not like letting us know about that, like keeping us updated with that because they don't want to keep it as look what's gonna happen.
A flashback, and
Yeah.
Officer Sarah has the extra vote still.
Yeah.
She didn't use it when she voted out Debbie. She just used her normal vote. And
Oh,
flipped.
like how Debbie did and wasted an extra vote because she already knew somebody was going home, and
She's
then
dumb.
to seal the deal, she had an extra vote on top of
Dumb.
that.
They already had the votes. They didn't need to use it.
Yeah,
It was
and
dumb.
she was a dumb. She just doesn't know how to play the game. I think she's nuts. Even when
That's why
do you
they brought
remember
her
when
back.
I know this is gonna get talking about Deb again because this is how bad of a character. Like
She's crazy.
she's just crazy. And the one thing when they merged tribes again, and she was pretending to be drunk. What do they know? I didn't drink a drop of alcohol.
What is the point of that?
Flashing her ass everywhere. Like who cares? I don't want to see that.
There's no benefit for her to pretend to be drunk.
Yeah. There's
So why do you think you have an upper hand on these people because you're pretending to be drunk?
because you're pretending to be a friendly drunk or something. I don't know. I don't understand that strategic.
It just
part.
makes you look more batshit crazy,
Oh,
and
God.
you got voted out for
Yeah.
it. So there you go.
It's just dumb. Okay, Brian. So I know you've been waiting. You get to talk about your big brother.
My
I'm
time-
gonna go silent unless I
time
have to
is
jump
here.
in and say something. But I'm probably gonna go a little silent because this is all Brian. I don't know
This-
anything about Big Brother.
Is the moment I've been waiting for.
Tell the
This,
people.
I totally forgot what I was going to talk about.
He wanted to talk about this. He really was passionate about this, and now
I
he
like
doesn't-
Big Brother. I'm sorry.
I
Okay?
used to.
You know what? I used to hate it.
I have only watched the American. I never watched the Canadian, and I hated that they kept bringing that Rachel back over and over. We've talked about this, but
Yep.
she kept bringing back that Rachel, and I was so annoyed because, gosh, she was just annoying. And Brandon, I just didn't want to deal with that anymore, so I stopped watching that show.
I hated it because my wife would have all of her buddies come over. They'd watch it, and I wouldn't be able to watch the sports or anything I wanted to watch.
Yeah,
Because I'd watch a show of a bunch of idiots getting drunk in a house together.
pretty much.
Doing nothing and then voting each other out, and then at the very end, somebody wins a lot of friggin' money. I can do that. Give me money. I'll sit inside of a house and get drunk. You want to pay me for it? That's great.
Yeah.
So finally, I'm like, you know what? Whatever. Let me watch a show. So I watched a show, and it sparked a little bit of interest. I saw how they were trying to play a game, and I didn't know that there was actually challenges and stuff like that. And I didn't know that they actually had to do physical things. I just thought that maybe it was just them lounging around like the real world and stuff like that, because I hate that crap. That stuff drives me nuts.
Do you remember the show Yes Dear?
Yeah, the TV show.
The TV show?
Yeah.
So first time I've ever seen anything about Big Brother was the character Jimmy from
Jimmy.
Yes Dear
He had the
was
baseball hat.
on Big Brother.
What? Come on, really?
He was in Big Brother, not real, but like in the show,
Yeah.
he was on Big Brother.
That's hilarious.
And Greg,
Yeah.
I loved that show, by the way. That
I
show was
loved
amazing.
that show, Brian. I loved
it was
it.
such an underrated show. But Greg thought they were backdooring Jimmy, which was like their plan in Big Brother.
Yeah.
And he went like scaling the wall of the studio to help him out and everything. It was a great episode.
I didn't
But anyways, that's when I first found Big Brother. But then I stopped watching it after a while.
I started getting interested in it at the last half of the first season of the Canadian version of Big Brother. I watched like the last maybe I think 4 or 5 weeks of it. I actually kind of started enjoying it. So I started watching the American one following right afterwards. And I'm hooked now. I've actually gone to the taping of it for Big Brother Canada. I've sat in the live audience at least a dozen times now. And it's fun. It's a lot of fun. I don't care what anybody says. It's fun to do it.
So go ahead. You can talk about your Big Brother now. Go
So
ahead.
this is spoilers for anybody who doesn't know what's going on. The power of the house is shifted back and forth and back and forth. This year is the vets coming back into the house, fighting a group of newbies. So obviously you're thinking the vets are all going to band up. They've all been there before. It's people from seasons 1 through 5. And they actually didn't. Nobody banded together at all. So a group of the vets did get banded together. Now, if anybody's watched Big Brother, they know of Netta. She's the very popular one. She was in, I believe, season 3. She went to final 3, and her eventual boyfriend actually voted her out because he knew he had a better chance of winning for the person next to her than if he was up next to her. So he voted her out, and he actually won the damn thing. So they ended up dating from that season up until when she got back into the house this season. And Canada did this little power vote. So she basically was unable to get voted out until jury house. So once it gets down to like the final 9 or something like that, you're in the jury no matter what. And she was safe until then. She was free for 1 hour. As soon as her immunity was up, they did an immediate head of household right there, and she was voted out right away. So she wasn't, no, honestly, she's crazy, man. She's awesome. So this week, I'm a big fan of Bruno. You know Bruno, right?
No, I never watched any of them.
Yeah, he's lying. He knows Bruno.
I don't. Not at all.
Bruno is my boy because he's the older guy. He's not older, but he's in his early to mid 30s, and he's a father of 2 and stuff like that. So he was a good character. I liked him on the show. And his little running mate was Kevin. And there's a couple of people that are trying to work with. That was a power couple in the house, and then up getting Bruno voted out. So Kevin's pretty much in the house by himself, and he needs something to do to get him up. So he ended up winning the head of household. So the way Big Brother works, when you win the head of household, you pick 2 people to get voted out. Then you get the power veto, which means somebody can take somebody off that block, and you have to replace them. Then the house votes of those 2, and you're good to go. So the week Kevin won, he put 2 of them up that got Bruno out, and one of them ended up winning the power veto. So the other one should have went home, but the house switched and ended up voting the other girl out, which happened to be a triple eviction night. So after she got voted out, 2 more people in one shot got voted out, and by sheer luck, Kevin was the main target because everybody wanted him out. He was put up on the block, and he ended up winning the power veto for himself and got himself off. Talked to the 2 other people who were able to vote.
Got himself off?
He got, you're funny. You're funny. He took himself off of the block, Mark. You want me to write it out so it's
go ahead.
Not so dirty?
No, go ahead.
He got himself off. He took himself. Stop it! He took himself off. He took himself off the block.
You can't write this.
And then the other 2 people went home. So now, this is a big spoiler alert. So pause or skip for a second if you don't want it. Now
this is a pretty show that's on like multiple times a week, though.
Three times a week. It's on every Monday,
you should
Wednesday,
know
and
what's
Thursday.
going on, people. Okay.
Yeah, but there's also live feeds.
Yeah.
So you can watch the house action as it's happening because things that we watch.
You watch the live feed?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Totally. I'm a nerd for this, man. I'm a nerd. The things that happen on Monday and Wednesday's episode have already happened up till today already. They do it all weekend, and they got all week to kind of just chill out and hang out. So we already know what's happening. So I'm a big Kevin fan. Kevin was just on the block. He took himself off the block. 2 other people went home. Now there's down to the final 5. He won the head of household right now. So he's in all control. So the 2 people that got all of his buddies out are still in the house. I'm going to bet any money he's going to put them on the block again. And since it's only down to 5, it's already the vote right there, right? Now when it's down to 5, people don't care. We'll vote whoever we have to out. No more alliances, no more anything, right? So I'm excited to see how it works.
Yeah. No, it's down to the wire on Big Brother, basically.
Yeah, oh yeah, man. Get it down to the nitty gritty, man. 2 vets left. 2 vets left.
Yeah. So yeah, that's a little Brian talk of Big Brother, right?
Big Brother. I'm good on Big Brother. Now you want to touch on something that I started watching, but you've kind of followed more than I have.
Oh, The Leftovers?
Yeah.
So, I don't know, well, there's a lot of Leftover fans out there. I'm sure there is. The show has pretty high rated.
And if you're not a Leftover fan, highly encourage you to watch that show.
Especially the first season.
Wow, it will rock your socks off.
But you know what really impressed me with that show? And like it just had you like, your jaw was dropped, was like how beautiful they played the music in that show. And like with the whole story and the piano, the first season though.
Yeah,
like I know.
You are left hungry for next episode after every single one.
Yeah, definitely.
Like
Justin Thoreau, like wow, he just he blew me away, and how good he was. And still, even this season, that took them I think it took them like 2 years to fully to film
something
this.
like that. Yeah.
Well, because half of it's in Australia and half of it's in Texas.
Oh, jeez.
So, and I thought it was going to be that they were like, I don't want to give a lot of spoilers or anything like that, but I thought it was going to be that they moved to like Australia. So far, that hasn't what happened, but like. It's like goes back and forth between Australia and the United States.
So what happened in this show was a global event, right? It didn't just happen in a community?
No, yeah, it was a whole global thing that people, left.
Disappeared.
Yeah, they disappeared at the same time. People lost their kids, their loved ones, their husbands, their wives.
Okay, so for people who haven't watched it, that's what happened. So basically, it starts off in a blink of an eye.
Yeah, and
you look at somebody, you turn around, you look back, that person's gone.
Yeah, and basically there was never an explanation of what happened.
No, never
was. A lot
was.
of people think it's like a religious thing. A lot of people think it was like doomsday.
Aliens or some stuff like that, yeah.
And there's like a group of people that wear white and smoke, and like that's
they
the
don't
first
speak.
season,
they don't
second
say a
season.
single word. Those people, right?
They don't. But then you have
Some
people
of them
like
do,
Liv
yeah.
Tyler.
Yeah.
She talks because she's like, I don't know. I guess the renegade of the group. She wasn't originally in the group. She joined the group in the first season.
Justin Theroux's wife
she was in it.
is in it too. She talks every once in a while.
Yeah, she was in it, and she left her family to go into this group and everything. Amazing show. The new season. The second season was good. It was super good.
It's hard to top the first one though.
But it was really hard to top the first one, especially because that was really based off of the book. In the second season, there was no book anymore. They covered it all in the first season.
They basically had to continue from the feedback that they got from the first season to see what they like.
Exactly. Yeah. And so the second season was still good, though. I think the second season was needed for this last season, definitely, because like this last season is just like at the end of every episode, you're just like, what the F is going on? Like you're just like, what's the deal? And you want to, like, it still has that whole addiction that you want to keep watching and keep watching.
That hunger for the next episode.
Oh yeah. Like
now they are for sure though only 3 seasons,
it's
right?
Done.
Yeah.
Yeah. And there's only 8 episodes in this season, and they're already. This is gonna tonight. Well, we're filming this on a Sunday. But this is going to be the 4th episode coming out.
Glory Sun's plug there.
Were you ever a fan of Perfect Strangers?
Yes.
Okay.
The
I'm just gonna
Scott
put
Speedman Liv Tyler movie?
No. Perfect Strangers, the TV show. With Belky and his cousin Larry.
No, what's that one? I don't think I ever saw that one.
Get out of here.
Perfect Strangers. Hold on.
Perfect Strangers.
You keep talking. Let me look this up.
Okay. Anyways, I'm going to let you know there's a little Easter egg of Perfect Strangers in I think it was the second episode. Yeah, I think it was the second episode. Little fans of Perfect Strangers out there. Yeah, that's it right there. With Belky. He was his cousin from...
Yep.
Yeah. But...
I love that show.
That was a great show. There's a little hidden thing in episode 2. Actually, the intro is the Perfect Strangers intro. Like, it's not the actual video of it. Like, it's the video of the leftovers, but they play the song. It's hilarious because the Steve, he's cousin Larry.
Larry Appleton?
Yeah, but his real name's Steve in real life. Is it not?
No.
What's his real name?
Mark.
That's it, Mark.
Mark Lynn Baker.
Yes, Mark Lynn Baker.
And then
he's
Bronson
actually in
Pincott.
He's in the second episode as himself.
Really?
So, and that's why they play the Perfect Strangers theme song.
They did 150 episodes of that show.
That show was on for a long time. I love that show.
I remember it now. I'm seeing
Once again, this is going to be probably part of our retro segment. It's like talking about TV shows like Perfect Strangers.
Look at that one.
Yeah.
Right?
Showing just a picture right now. That's definitely going to be part of our retro thing. I definitely want to cover that show because I love that.
Absolutely.
But things like that, Family Matters.
Family Matters. Step
Full
by Step.
House, Step by Step.
Boy Meets World.
Oh, Boy Meets World is amazing.
We could have a whole episode on Boy Meets World. I love Boy Meets World. Curved my life as a child. I swear to God. Like, I would imagine Mr. Feeney every time I'd have a problem or somebody I needed to talk to. There's always 2 people in my mind I'd go to if I was ever depressed about something or upset about something. I'd always think of Mr. Feeney and what he would say to me, or Wilson from Home Improvement.
Oh my God.
Right?
Another great 90s show.
Wilson. You never saw the guy's face. You never saw the guy's face.
No.
But he always had the best words of wisdom.
No. But anyways, For those that don't watch The Leftovers, it honestly, there's only like 18. No, how many episodes? Like 28
I think
episodes?
like 10 in the first season.
Yeah, there are only 28 episodes altogether. And that's going to be at the end of this actual season.
That'll be it. Yeah, done.
It'll be done. It's going to be 28 episodes. It's not a lot to get through. They are an hour each, but 23 episodes. Only 23 episodes altogether.
So 23. So how many do they have in season 2 then?
I don't think season 2 had a lot.
Let's check. I'm checking right now.
So I know the first season had 10.
Oh, you know what? Who we can't forget to mention who's in that show is Christopher Eccleston. Or Eccleston.
Oh yeah. Well, I was right. There's 28 episodes altogether. So at the end of this season, there's going to be 28. They're at 23 right now.
Okay, so they're working their way up to it.
They're working their way up to it. The new episode is tonight. Tonight.
For people who don't know, Christopher Eccleston, he plays like one of the the cult leader guys, the weird guy with the beard and the hair and all that stuff. He was one of he was the first Doctor Who when they did the remake of all the new Doctor Who's. Oh, you're talking
about the priest. He wasn't part of the white group.
No, I don't know.
Yeah, he was the priest. Yeah, he was the first Doctor Who.
He was the first Doctor Who.
Well, the first revive.
That's why I just said the first remake of the Doctor Who. He did one season, and then I believe David Tennant came in after him.
Yeah.
And David Tennant became massive after that, and then Matt Smith.
Do you know? So that Christopher Eccleston there, that's one thing he said he regretted. He didn't think Doctor Who was going to be
as big as it was,
as big as it was going to be.
So he was stayed on for more episodes.
Yeah, so they wanted him for more seasons, but he didn't sign on for them. He said no.
Oh no, he had a massive career doing G.I. Joe. If you could see my face right now, you'd see the disappointment on it. I was so friggin' excited for G.I. Joe, and they ruined it.
That was a terrible idea.
Ruined it.
Anyways, Leftovers though, great movie. Brian's breaking
stuff over here. I'm sorry.
Watch it.
Why is that not on?
Just say watch it.
It's freezing in here. Why is that not on?
Because it makes noise.
That's a heater.
It makes noise though.
But I'm cold. I'm so cold.
Anyways, watch The Leftovers. You will not be disappointed.
Yes.
Especially the first season. The music in it is unbelievable. The music is everywhere now. It's in different commercials I find and different TV shows. The piano.
It doesn't even matter. Just watch it.
Just watch it.
It's one of those shows that you need to watch. Like you'll scan the internet one day and be like, top 10 shows I haven't seen and must watch. Leftovers will be on every single list.
It's like you know how people tell you to watch Breaking Bad, amazing show. Leftovers, amazing show. Okay.
I couldn't even get through 2 seasons of Breaking Bad.
So we're gonna have to end this here because Brian.
I'm gonna get a lot of hate for that. I don't know, man. I couldn't get into it. The first season
was. Bryan Cranston in that movie.
I love Bryan Cranston.
Amazing.
I love Bryan Cranston. I couldn't get into the show.
The show was amazing.
I couldn't.
I've watched it multiple times.
The last episode I got to was when Jesse was at that house trying to get a kid. The parents just stole an ATM.
Oh!
I think it was like the second season or something like that.
Because he was trying to find his drug. The meth.
Yeah, he's trying to find his meth, and then they end up tracking to that house, and there's a kid that he hung out with.
Yeah.
And then he wakes up one morning, and there's an ATM with a chain hooked up to it in the living room.
There was a lot that happened.
See, that's how much I care about the show.
Anyway,
but I know everything about it. I know how it all finished. I know everything. My wife told me all about it.
That's such a great show.
I couldn't get into it.
Your buddy Jessica Jones there, isn't it?
She is. She plays
his girlfriend.
His girlfriend, yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, watch The Leftovers. That's one of those shows you will regret never watching because it's amazing.
Yeah.
I know we said we're going to talk briefly about the Blue Jays.
What's there to talk about?
We're huge. Okay, so just for everyone to know, we are huge Blue Jays fans. I've gone to so many games in the past.
I lost count after a couple hundred.
Yeah. There was at one point I was like going every week to a game. When I
wasn't that bad.
I was. Until you really couldn't get tickets anymore. Now that's the problem.
Yeah.
You can't really get tickets.
Before they'd give you tickets like 100 levels for a toonie.
Oh my God. Yeah. You used to get them for so cheap. Now they're a little more expensive, but.
Well, it's because they happen, to win games.
Yeah, and everyone loves that.
Something that they did last year, but they're not doing this year.
Yeah, so hey, they're 5 for 10 for the last. At least they're at a 500 level right now of playing.
I get it. The Jays are habitually bad in April. They're always the worst.
The players apparently are saying it's because they felt like they haven't even played at home. And
They've been on the road a lot. They have been on the road a lot.
They played a lot of road games, and they feel like they haven't played at Rogers Center.
But if they're just banking on them being a good team because they need to play at home, then they're going to be a bad team.
No, but it'll give you the more comfortability and the more confidence going out playing in your own stadium.
It's always more comfortable to play at home.
Yeah, so I think it'll give them more confidence. More
but if you're going to be a great team, like this is a team that went to the ALCS 2 years in a row.
Yeah, and everyone keeps saying, "Oh, it's not the same team." It's the same team.
Same team.
We're missing one person.
One guy.
Edwin.
Two. Yeah. Saunders doesn't count because he still sucks.
Saunders was gone the first season that they went to the East.
Yeah, because he broke his knees tripping over a sprinkler or fire hydrant or something like that.
His ankle, wasn't it, or something?
He tore his meniscus. He had a meniscus tear.
Anyways, I wasn't a Saunders fan anyway. So.
Saunders. You were a Saunders fan?
I wasn't a Saunders fan.
Saunders fan.
But anyways, you're only missing 2 people in your lineup.
What's killing us now, though, is we were the one of the best pitching teams coming in.
Yeah.
And now look at us. Aaron Sanchez back on the DL again.
Yeah.
Stroman
They need to find another starting pitcher, but it has to be like a minor league pitcher.
I think they found one today.
No, they don't. It's not going to happen.
He started the game.
Oh, you're talking about Joe Biagini? So yeah, today is Sunday. So Joe Biagini to pitch
Not
today.
Doug Fister. I know we were talking about that earlier. Doug Fister.
How long have I been saying they should have signed Doug Fister to a minor league contract
from the very beginning? Yep.
I know that they're just, it's just the fact that he's very unpredictable. They say that he's going to be more. People are saying that it's the whole Tim
Lincecum.
Yeah, the whole thing. They say that it's going to be the same kind of thing, that the comeback isn't what you think it's going to be. But I think it's a better option than what we have now.
At this point, we'll take anything. We're putting our middle relievers into starters right now.
And a lot of people don't understand. They're blaming like Shapiro and they're blaming Atkins.
It's not Shapiro and Atkins'
It's not any
fault.
of these guys.
No.
You had AA, you had Alex Anthopoulos in there. We have no farm system.
No. Well, because Anthopoulos traded them all away.
Yeah, but how many teams can have a farm system, have their minor leaguers, go out, have starting minor league pitchers that can come up to the big leagues? They're not great. No,
but they can still compete at that level.
They can still compete and come in for like the odd games. That's what that's for. We don't have anybody.
Nobody.
And then the ones that we have right now, like Matt Latos, he didn't want to go to the minor league.
But he's not that good.
No, but that was the whole thing. He never wanted to be a minor leaguer.
No, because he's always been a career major leaguer. Yeah. So he wants to keep that status.
He wants to keep it.
Well, he also wants to keep the paycheck too, right?
Yeah. Well, same with Doug Fister. The thing is, though, they're going to have to, if they want to get him, they're going to have to talk to him as a minor leaguer.
Yeah.
And I honestly think every team that is looking at him
major leaguer
should talk. No, they should talk to him as a minor leaguer.
They should, but I think, especially like teams like the Mets, who are down Noah Syndergaard for the next 60 days, are interested in him too. They're probably going to offer.
The Mets, the Giants, Angels.
A lot of them are out a lot of starting pitchers, so that's why this guy's now gathering a lot of attention.
Yeah.
So even though the Jays should talk to him as a minor leaguer, I think they're going to have to talk to him as a major leaguer.
Well, I think they should give him the thing that, okay, we're definitely going to be trying to use you in the major leagues because obviously we're down so many pitchers.
Yeah.
But we have to give you a minor league contract.
Yeah.
That's the whole thing.
And there's heavy load on incentives. If
and
you end up winning games in the major.
I hope he comes back and he's a great pitcher again.
He may be good for the bullpen too. Like if we pull him up, and
that's the whole thing of getting a minor league contract. And even if we gave him a major league one, but you have to talk to him and tell him, okay, your likely chances of staying a starting pitcher are slim.
Yeah.
You know, unless you're like this phenomenal guy.
Well, remember the contract we had to eat with Gavin Floyd? Was it Gavin Floyd?
We didn't eat it. He went out on injury, and then he went out again.
Who was
this year for surgery?
There's a pitcher that we had. I don't know if it was last year or the year before. He was god awful. We got him and he was good. Then we got him. He was god awful, and we signed him to a major league deal, and we couldn't use him for anything. So we ended up having to trade him off and eat a lot of money on it.
I don't remember.
I don't know if it was Gavin Floyd.
Well, we never traded Gavin Floyd. He was still a Blue Jay. He just went on the disabled list.
I want to say it was him.
No, because he went on the disabled list. He started pitching for a starting pitching last year, and he got injured, and he was on the disabled list, and then he ended up going. I don't know if he got surgery or not, but anyways, we signed him again this year because he's He's Ross
Atkins, buddy.
buddy. No, actually, sorry, it's no, I think they say he's family with Shapiro.
Really?
Yeah, something like that. And so
Must
he
be nice to
signs
have family when it's your boss.
Because he came from Cleveland with Shapiro, and then he went off. I don't know who you're talking about.
Why couldn't Shapiro or those guys from Cleveland bring, like
Francisco
Lindor over, or Kipnis or Corey Kluber? That'd be nice.
Right now, Cleveland has leftover Blue Jays.
Yeah.
They have Chris
Eddie.
Colabello, Edwin.
I forgot they signed Chris Colabello.
Yeah, they signed Steve Delabar, I'm pretty sure, and he just went out on suspended for steroids use.
So they got Delabar, who just went out on steroids, and then Colabello, who's coming back from steroids.
Yeah, and then not Johnny Gomes. What's the guy's name? The catcher. I can't remember his name. Catcher for Cleveland. He was an ex-Blue Jay.
Was he?
Yeah. We got rid of him and sent him to Cleveland.
Who was that?
Gomes. Is it Gomes? Johnny Gomes. No, Johnny Gomes is...
he's a fielder.
He's a fielder.
What back catcher was it that we gave to the Cleveland Indians? Was it did he sign as a free agent, or was he a trade?
No, he's still there.
Who's a trade catcher? Who do we trade to Cleveland?
This was years ago. Like, he's been there...
JP Arencibia? He's retired.
He's retired.
Joe Buck?
We're not talking about JP Arencibia. Why can't I think of his name?
No, Joe Buckby traded for Tulo. No, Joe Buck's that trade for the Marlins to get Jose Reyes.
Jan Gomes.
Jan Gomes?
Yeah.
He was a Blue Jay?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
He was a Blue Jay for years. We gave him away because he sucked, and then he ended up being like this all-star catcher.
That always happens, right?
Yeah.
Jays have a history of having good players, and their bad season is always with Toronto, and then when they leave Toronto, they always end up winning titles or individual awards or get Hall of Fame ballots. It doesn't make any sense to me. It drives me nuts.
Yeah. What's really Cleveland's coming back this week to play against the Jays.
Monday, I believe, is their first game, right?
And they're doing this so stupid 2-hour interview with Edwin. I don't let it go. It's done. It's over with. He decided not to sign with Toronto. As much as he can complain about that and say that they were hasty on, or whatever he said.
They signed Kendrys Morales a little bit. They were too hasty with signing Kendrys Morales, which pushed him away from wanting to talk to him.
He just said that because he wanted $100 million guaranteed plus a $20 million option, and he wanted that for 4 years plus a 5-year option, I believe.
That's ridiculous.
He's
sorry,
not worth it. And what did he get? He got the same deal that Toronto gave him, except for he was guaranteed $80 million with Toronto.
For how much is he guaranteed? Over 60. So
but a lot of it is incentives in Cleveland.
So do we know what his base salary is going to be? What is minimum?
I think $60 million is his base salary, but it can go up to $65 million with all the incentives.
Where the Jays were giving him basically a locked-in $80 million guaranteed no matter what.
Yeah, with it wasn't any incentive. A lot of their incentive is if they hit so much per game at the Indian Stadium.
Yeah, and how many home runs and RBIs you get a year.
Not even that. It was a lot of merchandise deal, everything
that
like
makes
that.
Sense.
So he did a lot of those deals, but. I'm over the Edwin thing.
I'm done.
I think he should have signed with Toronto, but I just think obviously it wasn't a right fit.
I think at the end of the day, we're going to have a better team than Cleveland, though. I really do.
Right now?
Right. Honestly, I said it last time. I'll say this time. I think the Jays are still going to flip it back.
Well, Cleveland's going to be in trouble when they don't have Corey Kluber now. So
yeah. Mind you, we're done our 2 aces, but whatever. Yeah. Whatever. We'll bounce back.
But anyways, I think we should leave it here for now.
That's it. We're done.
Yeah. So, like we said at the beginning, please, give us a comment. Tell us how we're doing. Tell us what we should change. Tell me if you hate Brian's voice. I'll cut him. I don't need him here.
Why are you going to be like that?
I can just do this myself.
Why are you going to be that guy? You're always that guy to me. I give nothing but love, and I get nothing but hate back. Right?
Hey, I'm just kidding.
Nothing but hate.
But yeah, leave us a comment. Give us a like. Share us with your friends if you think, if you want to.
If you just want to make fun of us, that's fine.
Yeah, whatever. Doesn't matter. Share us with your friends.
So we have a new Facebook page just made yesterday. It's a little bit rocky. We're working on getting things looking fine-tuned there.
Yep.
But yeah, go on, like the page. We usually post some topics of what we're going to be talking about, or we'll post when an episode might be dropping or something like that. So if you want to keep in touch with when the next ones will be coming, or if we have any special ones coming out, we're always going to keep up to date on the Facebook, on the Twitter, and everything else like that.
Yeah, definitely a lot of the Twitter we're going to have on there. We're going to post everything up on YouTube. So go visit our channel. It is Untitled Project Podcast on that. You can subscribe to us even on iTunes, which is just have to look up Untitled Project Podcast on iTunes, and we come up for right away.
It's a white logo with like some wood in the background.
Yeah, it's the logo we have for everything right now. It's going to change probably, but for now it's there. But yeah, go leave us a comment, give us a like, share our page, watch our videos. You know, just show us some love.
Show some love for us Canadian
I'll
guys.
link everything in the description of our YouTube video. Even our iTunes podcast link, I'll put it up in there as well. And follow us on Twitter. That's where everything is going to be first announced for our videos going up.
Yep.
And everything going up.
I like the love.
All right. But let's leave it here. All right.
Anything you want to talk about?
No.
Any hints for next week's episode?
A lot more. Oh, you know what we didn't talk about?
What?
Was what was coming out in movies. So we'll just talk about that next week. We're gonna do a whole what's being released thing.
Real brief. There's a few movies we were gonna touch on. One of them was Crap Arthur. And I know how much you gotta.
It's gonna be a good movie.
No.
Okay, so let's just leave it here for now. We'll talk about this next week.
We'll talk about
hopefully we can talk about Guardians of the Galaxy next week too. So
I'm planning to go see it this week.
Yeah, I'm hoping to see it.
I have a tentative date on Saturday.
All right.
Thanks a lot for listening,
Thank
guys.
you for everything. Like I said, everything's gonna be linked below. Give us a comment, a like, show us some love.
Subscribe.
All right. Have a good one.
See ya.
We're going out.